How are you today? I'm Zita, your guiding luminary. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm a life coach and I use a number of modalities, crystals, oracle cards, pendulum, and traditional coaching techniques and methodologies to help my clients find stumbling blocks, identify them, move through them in a positive manner so they can continue their journey. Many times, a lot of our issues are unconscious and or things we're avoiding. And sometimes it's important to speak to somebody who's unbiased and they will guide you in the right direction to help you unblock or face your challenges, resolve your challenges, forgive the people or the situations, and move forward. And I've been getting a lot of clients asking me to do some oracle card box readings. I thought this was really interesting. I currently have a collection of about 35. I've been collecting for about 5 years. And I wanted to start with the first box, which I really enjoy. And it's very light and it's something that interests everybody. I mean, everybody loves love. We all love to dream about one day getting married, having a family, and fluttering away forever after. We have important love relationships with our siblings, with our parents, and of course, our issues that come up. And this deck of cards can help you with that as well, because sometimes there's issues from our parents, and whoever your parents are, they kind of determine who you are today and who your partner may be in the future. So some of the issues you may have in your love relationships, be it of yourself, siblings, parents, or actual love relationships, stem back from that primary relationship with your parents. So what I normally do is I scout out on YouTube, looking at other people as they are reading cards. I also do research on card boxes and stuff. And then when a card deck resonates with me, I follow a few card readings, and then I usually order it on Amazon, or I'll go to my mystical store. And this way, it's actually a better way of doing it because you actually can touch and feel the box live. And I always open up the box and I play with the cards to see if they resonate with me. So what I do is when I get a box, this one's I've had for a few years, is I use my sage. So I light a light and I put it right around the box. And as I open it, usually there's a plastic container. I also take the book, and this is usually hoisted somewhere on my infuser, and I let it go over the actual card deck. Then I always take out the cards within and I let them fall out gently. And with my sage, I clean them as well. I find this is very important because don't forget, these cards were produced in a factory. We don't know who has been handling them. They also were packaged and shipped and touched by many, many hands before they come to your house. So before you start to use them, it's important that you sage the box. And I always knock it to remove any potential energies that might be still blocked and locked in the box. So this way, when you manipulate the book or the cards, it's your personal energy that's going to guide the box of cards. What I also do is I normally glance through the booklet, and this is a beautiful booklet. I always date when I bought the box or when I received it. I find it kind of fun because it gives me an understanding how long I've had this deck with me. And it helps me reflect back on all the different readings I've done for myself and for clients, and to see how I've grown in using this deck. This is a beautiful deck by Doreen. It's called A Romance Angels. And it is very well done. So you have a description of every card in black and white, a full picture, and then there's a description of what the card means. And this is really important because depending on your question, there's different aspects of the card that may bring you some important information. At the beginning of every deck, there's always like a table of contents. So it gives you, if you've got a card, you want to find out more information, go directly to the card. You can go to your table of contents and it'll tell you what page it's on. And often in the beginning, it tells you or suggests what inspired the author to create the book and how to use the deck. There are many different spreads, and if you're comfortable at the beginning, I would suggest you follow what they guide you to do with the different decks because they are always the masters of their creation of their box, and they know why they created and the purpose and how they'd like their cards read. But I think over time, many people kind of start using them in a natural process. Whereas what I do normally is I always knock my deck of cards. I go through the different images, which I find very, very important because depending on what your question is, there's different things you can focus on. Sometimes if it's an emotional card, although these two kind of look the same, here might be some dark energy and this is positive energy. So although both cards talk about love and a potential partner in your life, depending on how the cards fall when you shuffle them or when you pull them, there's different energies. Both are very, very loving, but you may be incarnating somebody or attracting somebody from the past, and it may have been a dark relationship. So there might be issues with that relationship. It may sound, oh, wow, it's awesome. This is somebody from a previous life or from my past who's coming back to me. They miss me. They want to be with me, but they may be bringing dark energies around them. So you have to be very careful. And this card here, you can see there's a lot more light. It looks a lot more loving and resonates, and the vibration is a lot higher. So when you do the actual reading, the inspiration or the attraction of the cards is very different. And I find that different cards have different energies. And like I said earlier, I have about 35 decks, and no two decks have the same energy. And I find some very light and gentle in delivering the messages. Some take longer to shuffle and they're softer. This is a nice glossy deck of cards, and it's very beautiful. I was just so attracted to the fuchsia and the gold. I love these colors and the sparkles. It just seems an exploding of energy, a lot of positivity, and that encourages me to use it. And it's very gentle and warm in my hands. It's also gold gilded, which is nice. And you can see it's been worn up because I've used these a lot, because a lot of people want to know about their little love lives. What I do is I love to take out my rose quartz crystal as well, because this opens up the heart chakra whenever I do a reading for a client. This deck in particular is normally read upright. So when you do shuffle your cards, you allow them to flip. So there might be an important message coming in. So it looks like I maybe get my soulmates coming in and there's a new love coming in. Isn't that wonderful for me? Yay. So this is lovely and wonderful because you can see there's these angels are coming in. They're trying to help you. They're guiding this new person into my life or your client's life. So this is very happy, very inspiring. Have the card for whatever reason, because sometimes when you shuffle and you put them back in a box, they do get mixed up and they come upside down. So when you read or flip the cards, the card may come upside down. So depending how you feel, and depending where you are in your journey, in your reading of your cards and understanding of the cards, this may indicate there's a new love coming in, but it's not a soulmate. So maybe this is somebody you may have a short fleeting relationship for 2 or 3 months, and then it goes on and you both move on to other relationships. Whereas if it comes up right, this would mean there's a new love coming in. And this is someone who is very significant and important in your life and will be a longer lasting bond. All cards have their little energies. Like I said earlier, some are higher vibrational, some are lower vibrational. And I find that even some cards, I can't keep them together because they don't vibrate at the same level. I have some cards are just very pragmatic. They kind of give you directions, instructions, and they're like more of a yin energy. So if you want some very direct information, you don't want any wishy-washy information or guidance, I would suggest using those decks. I'll do some reviews later. But if you're looking for inspirational, motivational, there's other lighter decks that can help you, give you a good reading. And there's also card decks that talk about very gentle messages for the day. Oh, this deck, I'll go through a few cards just to give you a feeling. This is a very gentle card deck. And just to show you some of the cards, you can see they're very loving. There's a lot of angels. There's a lot of light in the cards and very romantic feel as well, which kind of goes with the beautiful fuchsia and gold. I'll go through a few of them for you so you can get a feeling. I'm hoping that as I flip these cards for you, it gives you a warm, tingly feeling. If so, then this is a card deck that's calling out to you, that wants to come to your home and be with you. And the other thing I always do is when I get my first deck, when I get the deck, after going through the card decks and saging them, I do a quick reading for myself. So I allow 2 or 3 cards to jump, and I look at the reading for the day, and I usually take a picture of that reading, and I look back because I think it's important, because the card deck came to you with a divine message, and I want to see what that message is. So that was something else I would recommend for you to do. So someone's getting married very soon. This person may be from another relationship from your past. You're getting back together. Be careful. You might be a little too codependent. Trust your feelings. Careful. Some people are deceiving. So despite the fact that this card deck is all about love, be careful to whom you give your love to, because they may not be there in your best interest. And when you're looking at the cards, be conscious where your eye falls. Sometimes it may fall in the middle. Sometimes it may fall at the different corners. And I find, even though I read the cards, I've read these cards probably 100 to 200 times, if not more. When the cards fall, my eyes seem to get distracted or attracted to different parts of the card at different times. So depending where the card deck falls, so sometimes I just use this deck. I let 2 or 3 cards fall, and then I do a reading. Sometimes I use these in combination with others to give me a more complete story about what's going on in my life or my client's life. So this is a lot of fun and intriguing, and I find it remarkable how accurate they can be sometimes. Make the effort. Sometimes we need to get away, go out, have some fun, forgive, forget, move forward. It's time to love again. Let go of control issues, engagement. So this is a deck of I believe it's 44 cards. Yeah, it's 44 cards. I would highly recommend this deck. It's very light, enjoyable. The energy is very, very uplifting most of the time. Of course, if you're going through a difficult time with a partner, we can't always expect constant positivity. And this card deck does give you information to perhaps help you in your relationship, what you can do moving forward to make it better for yourself, and that you're happier. Because remember, in the end, you are here for yourself. Love yourself first, respect yourself, honor yourself, and in doing so, you attract higher vibrations to you, and you will have longer, happier, and more loving relationships. So I hope this resonated with you. If you like this, please like and subscribe to help me grow my channel. If you like a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to do either an oracle card reading or a coaching session with you. So with this, have a great day. Sending you lots of love and light. God bless. Have a great day.